Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Isn't it interesting the way we greet the world? Somewhere it's morning, somewhere evening, somewhere afternoon, and somewhere night too. So just imagine how beautiful it would be to connect with drone pilots in every time zone, in everywhere in this earth, in this planet, for addressing world's pressing problem like disease outbreak, also the natural disaster, is we have been talking about the climate change a lot in this platform right now. So that all can be actually addressed by Earth observation data. And that is what GLOBE Drones AV is doing. That is what their platform and concept in crowd droning is actually all about. So today at this conference, I'll be presenting about Earth observation by drones for a sustainable future, how this can be possible and how this can be achievable. I'll try to be bringing my stories, bringing my experience, so this concept can be can be delivered to you, so you can understand it. So let's start from the beginning. So suppose you are a researcher and your job is to inspect the water pump, or maybe you need to count the number of water pumps somewhere in the planet, or you may also want to calculate the area for drinking water. So how do you do that? First option would be fieldworks. So that would be terrible idea if the area is so large. So it will takes you weeks or month or even years if it is very large country. So what would be the other alternatives that is available with us? One would be a satellite imageries. But believe me, I am professional geomatics engineer, and it is so difficult to actually digitize, or you can say classify these images so water pump can be inspected well. So what we have now left with, it would be drone images. These drone images are so much detailed, so much accurate, that the researcher would be so motivated that he will not just count the water pump, but he will also be counting the utensil or container that is present right during the inspection or data acquisition. That's the power of a drone technology. Drone has various advantages, like it's cheaper, it's actually very eco-friendly. We can also save time. It's less labor intensive. So Globe has created this global platform. Globe actually wants to inspect and monitor the earth. So it is actually possible if there are lots of drone pilots getting connected with us. So I will also want to answer Sadh's question here. So Globe actually can employ, we can actually provide you job as a drone operator for Globe, so we can map and see all how this earth is functioning, how the everything is changing. So we provide you single monitoring of the earth, so you can monitor the earth 24/7. As I have already mentioned that we have drone operators all over the world from different time zones. And also we can also provide you earth observation data subscription. If you do the subscription, then we will be providing you temporal data. And these these are very high resolution images. Currently we are actually family of 6,790 local drone operators in 118 countries. So this has been changed a while ago. So we are now 6,792 local drone operators. And we have also connected Bhutan to our radar. So we are spread in 119 countries now. And we are improving, and we are also planning, we are aiming that 3.8 billion lives to be improved by 2030. So in 2021, we have reduced the risk of a water pollution for 2.3 million people, reduced the risk of a malaria for 1.9 million people, reduced the risk also increases the clean energy for 1.3 million people. So that's how we are functioning. And as a drone operator for GLOBE, you will be finding the paid freelance job. Apart from that, you will also be finding your purpose in life. So our Globians are actually visualizing the climate change, preventing desertification, drought, and wildfire, addressing disease outbreak and natural disaster, monitoring and inspecting infrastructure, restoring forest and biodiversity. So let's dive into some of the use cases. So first one would be monitoring and inspecting of infrastructures. Let's talk about the telecommunication tower. Earlier, and even now also, there are some places that inspection of a tower is actually done by climbing the tower itself, which is very accidental prone. Also, it will take you days or weeks to collect the basic information. But when you go back to office and you find out that there are some data missing, then that is a real problem. So with the help of a drone technology, we can actually create the virtual 3D model of this telecommunication tower. So there will no chances of missing any information in it. So this way, we can do the inspection very efficiently, and it's also the safer way of data acquisition. There are other inspection. We can do the inspection of various infrastructures, as I myself is involved in inspection of a hydropower. So we can actually deploy these drones in all the stages. Like we can do the pre-feasibility study, feasibility study. During the construction, we can actually supervise the progress, how everything is going on, or either we are in the track of the time or not. So here is one of the example, which is talking about that we have also helping one of the designer for his solar panels expansion. So these drones are very helpful after the constructions for as-built mapping and construction works supervision. Is it done in the right way or not? So that all can be achievable. So let's talk about the natural disaster. So this is how my journey with the drone begins actually. Back in 2015, I was an undergraduate student and Nepal was struck with 7.8 Richter scale earthquake, and that was devastating. Drones showed up for rescue and management. So I did my bachelor third year project in archaeological 3D mapping by creating the virtual 3D model of monuments that would be preserving the blueprint. If something happens to the monument by another earthquake or another disaster, that can be reconstructed. So that is how my journey with drone begins. And actually, I also want to hear from you how your journey with drone begins. So please write some comment. Give me a second, okay? Write comment. So talking about, okay, give me a second. So there is a change in a climate over here. As you can see, this global warming and everything is happening, and I'm kind of feeling the cold. So I have difficulty with my throat. So we need to map for the climate. So we are talking about the natural disaster. So during the natural disaster also, drone can be deployed in every steps, like in pre-disaster, for actually mapping the open spaces and also checking whether there is some vulnerable buildings or not. So that can be very helpful during the disaster. We can do the quick assessment. And with the quick assessment, we can actually help the rescue and management team for better informed decision during the disaster. And during the post-disaster, we can actually do the detailed assessment, and that would be helping us for the better building back better. So let's talk about malaria. This innovative solution by GLOBHE is actually tracking the mosquito breeding sites that are infected with the malaria diseases. So we can eliminate the habitat. And by doing this, we can actually eradicate the malaria population, that mosquito population, and there would be less chances of disease outbreak. I also did recently there is a cholera outbreak in the Nepal, and I also mapped the sanitation for looking the sanitation of the drinking water source in Kagesuri Manora, which is one of the hotspot for the cholera outbreak in Kathmandu. So I mapped this area for inspecting the sanitation over there. So this is how you also can map your community problems and solution and opportunity also. So GLOBHE is really welcoming such ideas, and we are open for collaboration. So prediction of a weather is actually very possible with the help of a drone data. Is the drone data, the temporal drone data. It means that you collect the data today, and after 1 month or another 2 months later, such kind of a data is actually feeding the machine learning algorithm in order to predict the weather better. So this is how drone is also contributing in a research works and combating desertification in this. Actually, I want to stress here that the drone technology has actually revolutionized the way the forest and biodiversity actually is restored, because we can see the drone has been employed for plantation, and also the inspection of vegetation is also possible. And we at GLOBE is actually supporting the African forest restoration and biodiversity conservation over there. So vegetation inspection is actually possible with the help of various sensors available with us. Let's talk about the water data. So we can see in this picture also that the various water pollution actually can be visualized. And also we can see the algae bloom and the oil spoils. This is also one of the one of the photos that I have captured with the mission from the GLOBE. And we can see how water is polluted, and we can then do some actions in order to do the sanitization. So we can now can say that this GLOBE platform, how we are operating and how we are connecting the clients and the pilots. So actually, the GLOBE provides you. GLOBE is a software, is a service provider, and we do have very user-friendly interface that is actually connecting the clients with the drone operator. The clients actually can buy the already existing Earth observation data, or they can actually order the data of their choice in anywhere in the planet. So they can actually make the mark the area, and they can send the order. After that order is received by the GLOBE, one of the capable drone pilot, which who is actually locally present, is going to collect the data. So our client does not have to worry about the logistics, the travel, the resources arrangement, everything. So he or she just simply have to now download the data. These data are very detailed, very accurate, that we as a GLOBE is actually setting the standards and controlling the standards of the data. Our work has been recognized by awards. We are actually winner of the Medical and Healthcare Award. So I already mentioned the project, that Maladrone project for malaria inspection, site inspection and eradication of the malaria. We were actually awarded for that project. And we have also set the Guinness World Records that we have created world's largest aerial photograph album, which I would also like to show you later if I have time. So our work is actually our work is complies with the sustainable development goal. We are working for climate action, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, good health and well-being, and we are open for the partnership. is crowd running itself is a partnership concept, and our work is actually supporting various organizations like governmental organization, we can say academician, researchers, also the water companies, also the insurance companies, agriculture company, infrastructure development companies. Our data is helping them in order to understand the world and take necessary action in order to address climate change, infrastructure, building, planning, disaster risk reduction and management, disease outbreak, infrastructure monitoring and inspection, forest restoration, and biodiversity conservation. These all are possible with the Earth observation data, and these data are very detailed, as I have already mentioned you that. So we are the crowd droning platform, and crowd droning is more like, you can say it's Uber, or you can say Ola cab in India, and Pathao in Bangladesh and Nepal. So we are sending our crowd droners for collecting the data, and these data are really making the change. And every day we are evolving, and these data are very helpful for many organizations in order to achieve sustainable development goals. So that's all from my side. And if I have a time, I would like to go through some of the links. Actually, I want to show you uh, the online aerial photographs of the Earth. So is it visible? Okay, yeah, thumbs up. I get thumbs up. Thank you. So we can see here largest online aerial photograph albums that we have created from crowdsourcing. And actually it's still getting updated, that we have so many data from Indonesia, we can see, and from Nepal also. Actually, we are about to change our interface. So you'll be getting lots of data. So you can see we have also mapped Antarctica, and here we can see Argentina. The erosion can be seen here. So we can see Benin, and let me click. Okay, let me just surf you through. Which data do you want to see? Can I get the suggestion?
Just keep scrolling. It's so interesting.
Yeah. So I have put you the link. So please go through those links. So let's see this, Sweden.
Maybe you can pick up one image and talk about
Okay,
it.
okay. So it's Sweden. We can see the snowfall. So these data are maybe 1 centimeter to 2 centimeter resolution, and that's all which counts actually. So you can surf further also. Let's just click one of the images. We can see the resolution we have here. Okay, I think it's loading maybe. So okay, it's taking time. So I'll give everyone link in the chat, so you can also search through them. Let me go through our website. So this is our website, and you can actually request the data from here, or you can actually buy the data from our aerial photograph album. So you can request the data here, or you can simply sign as a drone operator. So Satvik, we are ready to welcome you and all other your friends, so we can map together. So let's go to the request data. So it's very easy, it's user friendly. You can actually draw on map, or you can actually upload the KML of the places. So let me just go to the map. So you can see the satellite image. So let's type Mumbai here. Let's go to the Mumbai virtually. Okay, we are in the Mumbai. So my point is, see this is the satellite image, and it has some of the limitation. It is detailed, but it has some of the limitation. Like suppose one of the researchers want to inspect the solar panels in the Mumbai, and you can see there is no solar panels visible with this kind of a satellite imagery. But if we can actually send the drone and capture the data, then that would really make the difference. So now let's just draw. So we want to inspect the solar panels over here. So we are going to define the area. So this is the area we are interested in. We can see it is in hectare, it is 5.21 hectare, or you can change the units. It's 0.052 square kilometer. If you do so, if you have defined your area, then you can be done with it. So here is your area of interest. You can also edit if you are not satisfied with the earlier one. We provide you 2D orthomosaic option or 3D model or a point cloud, elevation map, and so on. You can tick as many as you like. So after defining the data you required, and you can simply write the purpose for solar panel maybe, and you can write your organization label, organization name. And if you have some specific drone requirement, maybe thermal sensor or maybe other sensor that is required, then you can write here. You can write your name, and you can also define the deadline. So if you put your email and submit, then one of our one of our friend from the office will be guiding you how you can move forward, and when and how we'll be providing the data. So it's very simple over there. So for the students and for the one who is interested to be the drone operator, it's very simple. You just have to click in one of the link that I will be providing you. So after clicking on the link, so this one, drone operator, it will ask you your name, email, password, and simply submit this one. So you can be one of our drone operator, and we would love to map together. And we are seeing that we are hopeful that one day we'll be having the high resolution globe of the Earth itself, and we'll be monitoring so many use cases, like I have already mentioned, the climate change, the disease outbreak, the infrastructure development, and many more. That's all from my side. Thank you.